The first thing I noticed about the ship was that it wasn't supposed to be there. My name is Daniel Hayes, a maintenance engineer stationed on Outpost K-47, a lonely repair station floating on the edge of human-controlled space. My job was simple: fix broken cargo ships, refuel passing freighters, and spend most evenings staring out the observation window wondering if I'd made the right life choices. Outpost K-47 rarely saw anything unusual until the day the sky cracked open. It started as a ripple in space itself. At first, I thought it was a sensor malfunction. The radar board lit up with signals that didn't make sense: energy spikes, gravity distortions, radiation levels off the chart. Then something appeared. A ship. Not a human ship. It slid out of the rippling darkness like a blade cutting through water, sleek and silver, glowing faintly with shifting patterns along its hull. The shape alone told me it wasn't built by anyone from Earth. Our communication system immediately began screaming warnings. Unknown vessel detected. Technology classification non-human. Potential first contact scenario. I stared at the screen and whispered to myself, well, that's new. The alien ship didn't attack. It didn't move aggressively. It simply drifted toward the station before stopping a few hundred meters away. Then my console beeped again. Incoming signal. But it wasn't words. It was a series of strange symbols, followed by a translation attempt from the station's AI. Request. Technical assistance. I blinked. An alien asking for a mechanic? Are you serious? I muttered. The station commander was asleep in the living quarters and communications to Earth would take hours. If the ship needed help now, the only person available was me, which meant I was about to become humanity's first alien repairman. I took a shuttle over to the vessel 20 minutes later. Up close, the ship looked even stranger. It had no visible seams, no rivets, no standard docking ports. Instead, as my shuttle approached, the hull itself shifted and opened like liquid metal forming a doorway. Okay, I said quietly. That's unsettling. I docked carefully. The airlock cycled and the door opened. The interior was beautiful. Soft glowing walls curved around a long corridor, pulsing with faint light like veins of energy running through crystal. The air smelled faintly metallic but breathable. And at the end of the corridor stood her. She was tall, easily 6 feet, with smooth pale blue skin and silver hair that flowed down her back like liquid light. Her eyes were large and glowing faint violet, watching me with calm curiosity. She wore something like armor, but it looked elegant rather than threatening, thin metallic plates layered over dark fabric. For a moment, neither of us spoke. Then a small device on her collar activated, and her voice came through in slightly distorted English. You are the repair specialist? I cleared my throat.
Yeah.
Daniel Hayes, station mechanic. She studied me carefully. You are smaller than expected. Well, I said with a shrug, we can't all be terrifying space warriors. Her lips curved upward slightly. It was the first alien smile in human history. My name is Captain Lyra Valen, she said, commander of the exploration vessel Aurora Spear. She gestured toward the ship. My ship is damaged. Yeah, I said. I figured that part. She led me deeper into the vessel. The ship's engineering chamber looked like something out of a dream or a nightmare, depending on how you looked at it. There were no wires, no engines, no obvious machinery. Instead, massive glowing spheres floated in the center of the room, surrounded by rings of shifting energy. My brain hurt just looking at it. Lyra pointed toward one of the energy spheres. Drive core malfunction. I walked around it slowly. How did it break? Her expression turned serious. Hostile encounter. Pirates.
She paused.
Something worse. That didn't sound comforting. I opened my diagnostic scanner and ran a scan. The readings were insane. Energy outputs far beyond human technology. But beneath all that complexity, the problem was surprisingly simple. One of the stabilizing conduits had cracked, which meant the core couldn't maintain energy balance. I scratched my head. Well, that's not good. Lyra folded her arms. Can you repair it? I looked back at her, then at the alien superengine, then at my toolbox. Maybe. The repair took 6 hours. 6 long hours of crawling around alien technology, improvising solutions, and hoping I didn't accidentally blow us all into atoms. Lyra stayed nearby the whole time, watching silently. Eventually, I managed to stabilize the damaged conduit using a hybrid fix, human engineering methods combined with whatever alien materials I could find. Finally, the core hummed smoothly again. I wiped grease from my hands. There. Lyra looked at the energy core. The glow stabilized. The rings began spinning normally. Her eyes widened slightly. You repaired it. Yep. That should have required a specialized engineering team. Yeah, I said. Well, I'm pretty good with duct tape and bad ideas. She studied me in silence for a moment. Then she did something unexpected. She bowed her head slightly. In my culture, she said, saving a ship is considered an act of great honor. Hey, I said. Just doing my job. But she didn't look like she believed that. Instead, her expression became thoughtful. Very thoughtful. And that's when things got strange. We were sitting in the ship's lounge, if that's what it was, when she asked the question. Daniel Hayes, she said slowly. Are you bonded? Bonded. In a life partnership. Oh, I said. You mean married? Yes. Nope. Her violet eyes brightened slightly. And do humans accept proposals? I blinked. Wait, what? She stood up, walked toward me, and then, without hesitation, she knelt. My brain stopped working. Captain Lyra, I said slowly. What are you doing? In my culture, she said calmly, a person who saves another's vessel demonstrates loyalty, intelligence, and courage. She looked up at me. These are qualities sought in a life partner. I stared at her. You're proposing? Yes. To a guy you met 6 hours ago? Yes. I rubbed my face. This is the weirdest day of my life. She tilted her head. Is that a rejection? No, I said quickly. Just processing. I took a deep breath. Lyra, I'm a station mechanic. You're an alien starship captain. Our species literally met today. Yes, she said. And you think marriage is the next logical step? Yes. Her confidence was terrifying. I sighed. You're serious. I am. Then she added something that changed everything. My people are explorers, she said softly. We travel the stars searching for those worthy of joining us. And today, I found one. I didn't answer immediately. Instead, I looked out the ship's observation window. Beyond the glass stretched the endless darkness of space. I had spent my entire life fixing ships for people who left to explore the galaxy, while I stayed behind. But now, the galaxy itself was offering me a seat, and apparently a wife. I looked back at her. Lyra, I said slowly, if I say yes, what happens? Her expression softened. We explore the universe. Just like that? Yes. And if I say no? She stood calmly. Then I thank you for saving my ship and continue my journey alone. Something about that answer felt honest. No pressure. No manipulation. Just a choice. I stood up, walked over to her, and held out my hand. All right, I said. Captain Lyra Valen. Her eyes glowed brighter. You accept. I smiled. I accept. For a moment she simply stared at me. Then her calm captain's composure completely broke. She grabbed my hand and pulled me into an embrace that nearly lifted me off the ground. Excellent decision, she said happily. I'm glad you think so. We leave in 3 hours. I blinked. Wait, what? Exploration does not wait. I laughed. Guess I should pack. 3 hours later, the alien ship Aurora Sphere pulled away from Outpost K-47. The station commander woke up just in time to see me waving goodbye through the observation window. He still hasn't forgiven me for leaving without finishing my maintenance reports. But honestly, I don't regret it. Because somewhere out there, beyond the edge of human maps, is an endless universe filled with strange worlds, new civilizations, and one very determined alien captain who apparently decided I was marriage material after watching me fix an engine. As the stars stretched into hyperspace, Lyra stood beside me at the command window. Our journey begins, she said. I smiled. Best repaired job I ever took. She looked at me thoughtfully, then added something that made my heart skip. You know, she said, my people also have another tradition. Oh. Yes. When someone saves a ship and accepts a proposal, I raised an eyebrow. What tradition is that? She smiled mischievously. The honeymoon begins immediately. I groaned. Of course it does. But as the ship accelerated into the unknown, I couldn't help laughing. Because somehow, fixing a broken spaceship had just turned into the greatest adventure of my life. And honestly, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the galaxy.